Today I'll be demonstrating to you how to create a Google Classroom. Now there are two options. You can either go to your Google search engine and then you go to the app options here and you select Google Classroom from the menu, or you can type in Classroom Google in the search engine. So let's click on this one here. Now the first option that comes up, you click on it. Now I already have Classroom loaded to my account, but I will still demonstrate to you how to create a classroom. Click on this plus sign here. You will get the option join classroom. That is if you have a code and you want to join a classroom or create a classroom. So you select create classroom. Now an agreement will come up in front of you. You need to tick this box and then select continue. You'll now need to give your classroom a name. So I'll name this form 106 and the subject is IE. Then you select create. Your classroom has now been created. Now a code will come up here in the left hand corner, and this is the code that you will require to give to the student in order for them to access your classroom. You are now in the stream window where you can make an announcement. In order to upload material to your Google Classroom, you will need to click on Classroom and then you go to create. But before I start uploading my material, I will need to organize my classroom for easy management and more efficiency. Now I select topic from create. I select topic. Now I'll be organizing my classroom according to module. I'll be calling this module 1 and I'll add that. Now I need to upload materials to module 1. So I select create again, then I go to material. The material would be a PPT on input devices. Then I'll select add. Now the file is attached to my computer, so I select file. Then a window will open. I'll select upload and then I'll select browse. Then I'll select my PPT file that I want to upload and search for it and select open. Your file has now been loaded. Here it is. Now you can select the topic. Now I want it to load under module 1, so I select module 1. You can schedule a time for the file to be posted, or you can just go ahead and post it if you want the children to get it at the same time. So I select post. Now here's the files posted under module 1. Next we'll move on to creating a quiz. Now we say quiz assignment. Now I'm going to call this quiz 1. Now you can type your instructions. Now a blank form is created which is attached to Google Suite. Now I select quiz. Now I'll be creating a true false question, so we use the multiple choice option. So I type my question here. So the question is, then I select true, and then other option is false. Now the computer selected false for me. Now I need to put my answer key. So my answer key here is true, so I select done. Let me take this out of the way a minute. Now you'll be required to turn this on, so that means the students will be required to answer the questions, and you can actually shuffle the question. That means that all students don't get the same question at the same time. Now then you go back to your Google Classroom here, and then you will now be required to, if you want to score it out of 100, you can score it out of 100. And now I want to put it on the module 1 because it's a module 1 option, so I put it under module 1. You can also schedule whenever you want the quiz to be scheduled for, or you can go ahead and assign it. But before you can assign this quiz, you have to ensure that students are a part of the classroom. So I go ahead and also you can select the date when you want this quiz to be scheduled for. So I select a date for this quiz. So let me say the 22 of October, and now I can go ahead and assign the quiz. Here the quiz is now assigned under module 1. So I have 2 assignments under module 1. So let's go ahead and link Quizlet with our Google Classroom. I've gone ahead and created a quiz from Quizlet. So here's my quiz. Now to upload this quiz, I need to go to quizzes to share. Now I will link it with my Google Classroom. So I select the form that I want to assign it with, and I'm going to assign it with form 106, and I'm going to create it as an assignment. Now, how much do I want to score it out of? I can decide how much I want to score it out of, and the due date, I'm going to put this due date for October 31st. Good, and I'm going to put it on the module 1. If I want it to appear on the module 1, and I'll be calling this quiz 2. And then, as I said, as before, you can schedule whenever you want this quiz to be scheduled for, instead of sending out everything one time, or you can just go ahead and assign it. So I'll be scheduling this quiz. I'll be assigning it right now. So I select assigned. Your quiz has now been assigned to your Google Classroom, so you can go back to your Google Classroom, and then you will see the quiz shortly. You will have to refresh the page and then go back, and you will see it coming up. It will be there shortly. Now the next thing that you will need to do now here you can see my PPT file, my quiz 1 and my quiz 2. Finally, last thing I'll be sharing is a link to my blog with additional content for my students to use. Now I'll go to material, and I will add a link. Now I'll go ahead and get my link from my blog. So this is my blog, so I'll get the link, the shared link. So I create the link, and then I'll go back to my classroom, and I'll paste the link, and I add the link. Now that link will come up on the module 1, so I put it on the module 1, and I'll type it blog additional information. And then I'll put it on the topic module 1, and I go ahead and I'll post it. And that's basically how you create your Google Classroom and add your assignments and quiz. Thank you for watching.